Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes, it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagudde Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m., Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are the Alternative Digital. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
omukyala Namuleme Angella n'omukulu Kato Tumusiime. Nyongera okwanirizaako ku program ya Mighty Drive nze Omumbejja Luwedde Lilian era nga nkwaniriza tuli butereevu ku pages zaffe The Alternative Uganda ne Digital TV mutusonyiwe mukoraako akayiseemu naye kwatasobodde kuba nga otufunirako Facebook YouTube channel yaffe The Alternative Uganda mu studios natudde mudda n'abagenyi Counsel Kato Tumusiime okonokwosa n'omukyala Angella Namuleme omukyala ono omukyala mukulembeze ajja kwongera okutubuulira obuulyawo ku biki byakola n'ebitibwa bye bikoma luddawa nyinza obutabimalayo bulungi but tugenda kuba tutunuulira ate ensonga ya Law Development Center munnange ensonga eno ebadde muddira okumalira ddala akabanga abayizi bangi nnyo ababadde affected mu ngeri emu oba endala naye nga bagamba nti weetaaga okubaawo ekikolebwa omukulembeze omulondo wa Uganda Law Society Isaac Ssemakadde n'agamba nti ye ensonga y'okuba nti LDC evaawo agenda kuba nga agikwasa amaanyi oba agenda kuba nga agipushinga okusobola okulaba nti munnange neevaawo olw'ensonga eno ate nno munnange yagiyise lufula ng'ejjuddemu ensonga y'okuba nti abayizi babeera harassed in one or the other so n'ebirala bingi nnyo bolyawo byeyakoonyeko so tugenda kuba twogera ku nsonga ezo osobola okubeera part of the discussion ng'okozesa comment section drop in your comments I'll be reading them before we come to the end of the show. Let me take this opportunity to welcome my guests of the day. I think I'll start with the ladies first. You're most welcome, Angella.
Thank you so much.
Say hello to our viewers.
Hi everyone, good morning to you all. Should I really introduce myself?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
My name is Namuleme Angella, the first female president, Uganda Law Students Association. On top of that, I'm the Law Side president at Islamic University in Uganda, Females Campus.
Amanyi olina ebitiibwa bingi.
Yeah,
Ebitiibwa bingi.
it's trending. Those two.
Oh.
Yes, the other ones are there as well. Yeah.
Okay. Ojja kumbulira bw'okibalansinga ddala okubeera omukulembeze but anyway ntya obuvunaanyizibwa obungi. Counsel, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Lilian. Thank you for hosting me today.
Okay.
And I'm glad to be part of this show. Kato Tumusiime is my name.
Okay, you're most welcome, Counsel Kato Tumusiime. Let me first go back to the president, Uganda Law Students Association. I mean, those titles are many. Njagala tutandikira awo, what do you do and how did you even get to this?
Okay. Having this posted through an application, of course, and if you qualify to have one, you qualify and you apply. After applications are made, you go for elections, which elections are coordinated by the executive organizing committee of the previous serving Uganda Law Students Association, the cabinet.
Okay.
So this entirely goes within the all law schools in Uganda, the accredited law teaching schools. Yeah, they are 15 in number for now. And it's their presidents, serving presidents in those constituencies that vote whoever comes for this post.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So how long is your term?
So it's a one-year tenure.
Oh,
Yeah.
1 year tenure. And what is expected of you?
Yes, as a female first president,
Yes.
I'm so glad and excited to have this because I'm the 6th president under this association, and as an association it's like an umbrella that brings all law schools as one in Uganda. So as to bridging gaps to what's happening here, are we all equal? Are we all doing this? Are we all having this? Understand? So, to my understanding, primarily I have this objective of reaching out to different law schools because I believe we are so centering in those that are around Kampala. But there are those law schools in Fort Portal, there are law schools in Imbali, law schools in Lira, Gulu, so that outreach to bring them all together on board. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't only be seeing me, all other people, but even them, you should consider them.
Oh, wow. That is actually good. So, I mean, how did you get to convince these people to vote for you? Because being the first female, I believe there is a lot that actually happens behind the curtains.
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't really take much as a leader because having this, I was a leader before, so I was using it with a lot. So I could say I had a small experience on this. So this was my first time to check my status or something.
Okay.
But when I reach out to these different presidents that had to vote for me, I had to be confident before them to at least show something that is different. Board what I desired to bring on the table than that wasn't there before.
Okay.
You understand? So yeah, I think it is that impressed them to have me as their president. Yeah.
Okay. Cabinet yerimu abantu.
So the executive has 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but then Teshtegezant, we are leaving out the other rest because I've told you there are 15. So out of the 15, we're having 6, and then it leaves us with a number of how many? Like
Around 9.
around 9. So all those become ex-officials. They're part of us. They're not like performing, but still we welcome them if they come on board. Yeah. So they're all there. We all do our things together. Yeah.
Okay, you're most welcome on the
Thank you so
Mighty Drive show,
much.
and we believe by the time this show ends, there's a lot that we're actually going to get to know about you and how you do actually your work. Counsel, I'm actually not leaving you out. But anyway, Counsel, what are you up to? Tukulaba oli obadde nnyo ku media, oli mu kubolereza obaolyawo aba match to parliament, tukulabyeko mu misango egy'enjawulo. What are you up to right now?
Thank you so much. Like, my approach has always been, it is fighting for a good Uganda. Uganda that believes in the rule of law, Uganda that believes in good governance, Uganda that believes in constitutionalism. And as a lawyer, as an advocate, a practicing one, I believe that my contribution should be in line with helping those that cannot access justice timely and because of its expenditure that is attached to it. So that's my role generally. So I have to punch in myself, be in their feeling, and so represent so many people. Depending on what they do and if I believe in their cause, then I have to be there for them. Because you see, at the time most of these people get arrested, they even don't know what to do.
Yes.
You get? And my help, I am not working alone actually. I have so many other colleagues that also believe in the same cause, that we go to police stations, visit these various people, the suspects at the time, then continue to offer representation in courts of law. So that we can send a message to those perpetrators that believe that if these people cannot afford to hire a lawyer to give them that representation in courts of law, but they are fighting for a good cause. For example, stopping corruption that is very rampant in this country.
Yes, please.
Corruption that affects each and everyone. So that's our role, so that we can come in even without any support, without any facilitation, without any payment from these people that we normally call the activists. That's our role. So our contribution is not going to on streets to join them and fight against the corrupt parliament, against the corrupt government, but our fight is now brought into legal representation, and that's what I am up to. Because I believe in the rights, human rights and freedom that's provided for under Article 4 of the Constitution. Right to demonstrate peacefully, protest, assembly, among so many others. And that is not only limited to the people that are fighting corruption in this country, but we also have political activists, people that want to have an equal share in the say of how this government is and this country is run. So that's why you see me almost running to each and every court, offering my support. My contribution is now legal. Yeah, giving legal advice, legal representation, among so many others that I can be able to afford.
Okay, ensonga z'abannamateeka bwe tuzoogera ennyo mu luzungu abamu bali this time round
tujja zitabula mpola
zimenyamuko at least tuteekemu olulimi Oluganda. Naye ngenda kuba nga nsooka nzirayoko ewa mukyala Angela. Nga ggwe omukulembeze w'abannamateeka weewaawo I believe mu bukulembeze bwo olina ensonga zo-identifyinze, especially mu young lawyers bwaba aba-aspiring okubeera ate bannamateeka abagumidde. What are some of the things that you've identified and challenges these young lawyers are facing?
I would start with tuition, and We believe that law is a noble cause, by the way. I wouldn't say it's so much cheap or something, or it's so much expensive, but then there is something that is needed as financial support that has to be stable for the entire 4 years. You understand? So you will agree with me that most students, most lawyers, all young lawyers are having this financial support from their homes, families, you understand? And these are families that are established. But then if you meet a student that has to finance themselves, you understand? They have
4
to
years?
compete, yes, within those 4 years.
Yes.
They have to compete to survive as themselves and as well financially to support themselves. And then after they have to attain that back course, you understand? So it becomes challenging. It is one of the commonest problems or challenges that fellow students are facing in the country.
Yeah.
Number two, I would believe there is a lack of opportunities, especially when it comes to internship. Counsel, I don't know how this is going to happen next, but agree with me that the numbers of law students in these schools are many than the available facilities to attain them such an opportunity to have some internship. You understand? Because I believe we find that at law firms, some courts, some NGOs that are open to give students, but it's not so free for every student to have one. You understand? It take time. You find that a student has come from since year 1 to year 4 and they've not attained any, though they've tried to apply because there are not enough facilities.
Is it because we are having many students abagenze okukola course in a law?
I would believe because right now numbers they're so high. Because there is an element of how they want it. There is that need appetite to have law. And I don't know how much the country is looking further to all bring them equally, like to have them have that thing the way they want it. So we could just blocking somewhere somehow. It should be open. Yeah, in that sense. The other challenge could be katinze kanchize kuside ya fenge ya bawala. Twina these high expectations and somehow competition. It is so common. Expectations jamubinji socially in every way. That we shall compete a lot.
Obengo ina at least chambers woli.
Kati ogenda bo competing n'omwana avudde ku Uganda Pentecostal Fort Portal, for example. Ali competing n'omwana ali Makerere. And they are all having high expectations. I have to make it, you understand? Kati akaguwa kanena akatu stopping oba akali filtering ogamba ni agenda ni asigala. Kanafu.
Oba mwagala kugenda mu kooti muwoze emisango nga temutunulidde oba oli awo ku birala.
Kyenjagala batuyambemu. Batuzeeko eno gye tuli mu masomero gaffe gye tuli otukakanya emitima ne expectations zino ze tulina kuba kyemmanyi you can have law but not particularly going to participate or practice. Ng'oyineyo to teach, there is being an academician, a consultant, just you're giving other legal opinions or something.
Yes. Nenga wali mu kuwoza misango.
Kuba ekisinga okubeera common amongst law students. Bakina tugenda funa kola mateeka, tugenda practicinga, tulina obeera mu court, tulina okukiikirira.
Ate balina okunda bali ku TV.
Kati balina otusangira ddala eno mu primary schools etubeera. Ogamba nti omuntu ogenda kola mateeka, mwana kola mateeka, yes, but you may not be an advocate or a counsel, but you can be this still. Agenda okujja mu law school, at least they having this other sense. Because katera nga mubira tugenda ku topic ya lero, if it's LODC, if it's the law institution, ediwo ku accrediting omwana okola practicing as an advocate.
Yes.
Wehebanga facilities ziri enough. So much to aid for
atenga ba students banji
kati amaze emyaka jona primary aluza ku kintu kya kubeera lawyer aze mu school secondary school kyekimu asoma emyaka ena kyekimu azosoma emyezi omwendo oba omwaka ogumu just to qualify him as an advocate tekiriwo Olama expectations were so high for a big period of time, but now in a shorter time like kachifunye yeah challenges zali nyingi nezo nsiasino kubeera common.
Counsel Kato, eno baddeyo. Bino byonna byayogerako nzikiriza nti ebisinga byo biyiseemu. But gwe, how did you manage to make it?
You see, Angela talked about something very, very, very key actually, about internship placements. That's a very big challenge. Nange nabitamu ebyo. But you see, the problem we have is that we adopted a culture of teaching that is not meant for the 21st century. You get?
Okay.
The system we adopted of teaching, even at law schools, even in some other courses, is the system that we adopted from the colonialists. In the sense that we do not prepare these students. They do not prepare. They are not prepared of what they should expect in their life, and what they should
what is actually the
in their profession, the realities. You see, everyone's dream. If you ask all these people that are joining law schools why they want to be lawyers, most of them will say that because we have seen lawyers being successful in life. That's the most thing that drives many of us into that kind of a profession. I would tell you that when we are growing, twalina abantu bangi be twali tulabirako, like as our examples, and you would be saying that when I grow old I want to be like that, and you would inquire into what he's doing. Maybe never gamble your doctor or your lawyer. That's how most of us got adapted into the profession, because you also want to achieve and be successful like the other person. That's the whole idea. But now these people forget that in whatever we do, there are realities that we must face as individuals. One, when you enroll in a law school first year, we don't have what we call maybe career guidance, that your mind is prepared to face the worst as you even study in your law school, join LDC for a postgraduate diploma. Actually leave LDC, you have passed, graduated, you have every requirement of you being an advocate, but enrollment itself is a problem because you struggle with all that cost that you incur in a law school. You have graduated. That's very good. Everybody will be happy for you. And the next question will be, what next? Now, the next challenge you will face is now joining LDC, the Law Development Center. You get? You have struggled by luck or by chance, you have been enrolled. You suffer the 9 months you spend there. That's suffering. You get? Suffering, because I've been there, I can tell you this openly. And everybody's expectation, including your friends, including your colleagues that you have been with from law school, from Law Development Center in the same firm and the same class, your parents themselves, your relatives are looking up to you. They say, now we have a lawyer in our family, then our problems are solved. They forget that there are so many things and so many challenges that you have to face even after graduating and passing your bar course. Yes, you will be celebrated everywhere. Parties will be thrown, people will eat and enjoy.
There is more to that.
But the next week, the following call you will get now will be from your relative or from your friend or from your father and saying, but you are now a lawyer, you finished all this, what next? Your younger brother or younger sister is going back to school. Counsel, what are you contributing?
Yes.
But then you forget that there are so many challenges attached. Even after finishing LDC and graduating, you may have even your first class degree, but that does not determine your success as an advocate or as a lawyer. From my experience and so many people that I finished with LDC, it took me, I think, about 6 months, 6 or 7 months to be enrolled as an advocate of the High Court, having fulfilled all the requirements. But it was a whole process. You see, this is a process that is not guided by any regulation or any law. It is at the discretion and the mercy of these people that sit at the Law Council that decide that now this one qualifies to be enrolled and then you are entered on the list, and that's the whole other process. But even us who have thrived through all that struggle, we have not got the opportunities to explain to the Angelas that are now looking at joining LDC and also becoming advocates and also making a name somewhere or want to achieve something. We have not had that opportunity. You get? You know, everybody that goes to law school, they are looking at majority. I think about 99% they are looking at becoming advocates and practicing advocates. They forget that being an advocate or not being an advocate is not an easy goal to your success as an individual.
Yeah.
We have so many people that are advocates. They qualify to be practicing law, but opt not to practice, but join other fields that are related. You get? But because of that lack of career guidance to these young people that are now following our footsteps, having faced all these challenges, when we achieve and leave a certain level, we tend to leave the problems to the rest, that's why they can also face them. You get? And that's where we all go wrong. Because if people that have faced such challenges now reach out to the law students, the Angelas and the groups, and we explain to them the realities of life and how this profession is being run and how it should be managed and what they should expect, I think we shall avoid all these kind of depressed young lawyers that we have so many of them. So many lawyers that are being manipulated because they are looking up to opportunities. Because they also want to be like the senior lawyers that we have seen in this world. And they don't know how these senior lawyers have also managed to be there. So that's the challenge that we are facing.
Yeah, okay.
Angela talked about internship placements, but now Angela, I need you to run the reality and maybe the people that are viewing out there. We have so many advocates. They are advocates, they have practicing certificates, but even when they approach law firms cannot take them on because they fear the entitlement or they fear the expense that this advocate is expecting from them. Because you cannot employ me at your law firm or give me an opportunity at your law firm and expect me not to earn something at the end of the month. That's a challenge. And you see,
atenga profession ya mwesi eyokuba nti mugenda yingiza sente every day. Zikwatako wano nziraba.
But so many people don't understand that kind of reality. In fact, when they see you as a lawyer, they see you as somebody who earns on a daily basis and who must be successful by all means. You get? Yeah. And that's the challenge that we are facing. And minus facing all these realities, I think these challenges will still continue. They will still continue and still pile up. That's when we shall see so many people actually leaving the profession itself, and we shall have a scarcity of lawyers in this country.
Tugamenti gundi yasoma amateeka na ye.
It cannot encourage any other young person now to join law. I was telling my friends that now if my brother or my other colleague approaches me for any advice whether they should join a law school or not, I will first understand their target. If their target is being successful people because they have studied a noble profession and they are part of it, then I will advise them, please look for some other opportunity, be a businessman and be rich.
That target is having money.
Yes, because your target is now not serving the nation, not serving what you believe in as an advocate, not fighting for the good cause, but your target is to be a successful person and by having a lot of money. Okay? Then the noble profession is no longer that opportunity that will drive you to becoming rich and wealthy. No, it is no longer.
Okay.
Things have since changed. Things have since changed. That's the reality that I should tell you. And that you should actually face and understand.
Okay, thank you so much, Counsel. And as you see, on what is actually happening. But back to you, Muchala Angela. How best do you think these issues can be solved? Because ng'omukulembeze abaana bagenda kujja gy'oli nga babikubuuza twakulonda naye tubadde tusuubira obeera eddoboozi lyaffe ku nsonga eno n'eno. How best are you going to be able to manage all this?
Okay, number one, I will start with mentorship. Personally, I've had simanye balugero no deruriyo bachina ye chinyuma ku buli muntu stage kwa batuse oba in whatever they are expecting to do wabera omuntu am guidance mentorship. Mentorship kitandikire waka omwana ngavayo abulirirwe nabo batuse kusomero. Let us meet different programs of mentorships.
Nato lumo omuzadde abatamanyi byogenda osoma mulimu ki oba biri package kije oba olyawo because omuzadde bw'asuubira bw'amanya nti ngenda soma mateeka first things first ajja kulowooza nga Counsel bw'agambye ngenda kuba nina ssente ngenda kukikuba nja kubeera eyo mu bagagga eyo waggulu kyatamanyi nti naawe ogenda kusanga ebikusoomooza wano wonna. Go on.
Kati muna ebwato bwa mwana abasaza okujja bati mumuzadde amulekeredde bati wabaze kati wabatuse mikolo gya universities engeezo
kyava omwana ajja nakwetta
abana betta students are having mental issues,
Yes.
mental problems, ebingi niba tasobola kukkiriza nti kimuleetedde okuba n'obuzibu ku bwongo or something olaba mwana kubeera depressed naye if we have in these mentorship programs I believe ebisinga afunye one-on-one on someone on a personal basis to someone who really understands them ozze kati nga counsel wali wano azze okwadressinga ku issues etutegeera to the point that wayogeredde nti bo nga baba bayise mu bizibu binene or challenges zinene singa they keep coming back to like us who are in schools to preach to us what they face and how they went about them nange wemankiize bwetu nenzire nengamba omulala bwetu kyo tujja genda twekendezaako stress nyingi because a lot has brought stress to law students a lot and a lot that we can't even explode like we can't you know
Okay.
mentorship I would believe yani source number 2 okubeerawo ne opportunities ziri equal for everyone to access
nga bajjemu mwana waani oli wa religion kyekika kyammwe
violations
atekulira
ezo
yani
nyingi
Yuva mu university.
those
Yova mu
violations
university, by the way.
ye kutunda okiraba violations ezo nyingi singa tuba tufunye this right to all nga era bwekiri under the constitution we all have equal rights to different opportunities access wherever justice
Yes.
students are facing sexual harassment kanso tama tune internships zinzibu zafuna n'abafunye omukisa ogubeera nazo ne bazifuna bafunira harassment singezo sexual
senior counsel alina kyeyetaaga
alina kyeyetaaga kuba omwana ono as an intern she's not expecting to receive like salary
ne just ayagala
naye era bamwesasuza mu ngeri nti we are giving you this but there is this as well okitegera for you to come back
Okay.
you understand so mentorship is really for the sake of the minds for the sake of the social life and us to advance with our career twetakutuwa those things nga biri intense simanyi nakumanya okay law schools zigezezaako ku bring up this
Yes.
nete kinaba kunyikira bulungi singa
message tenatuuka bulungi
as leaders fenna netwasigana netukkiriza nti yes we are having issues and us pretending around them being comfortable sitting them it's not doing justice to our fellow students
Okay.
kuba depression is serious etanokutta omwana avaamu
emyaka gyena negifa bwe gityo
abadde yeweeredde byonna bifudde ne internship kati buyabuddeko LDC byonna biri awo abuze
I think we're going to start with the LDC saga in the next hour. Tugenda breaking am katono nyo naye bwe tukomawo the scandal oba the politics oba the kavuyo at LDC tugenda kuba tutandikirawo in our next hour and then we'll put more light onto it. Kansa ajja kuba ayongera okututangaaza biki ebiri esaidi ya abaana ba applyinga naye atugenda okwesanga ng'ennamba gye batutteko oba oliawo ntono nnyo ku baana ate aba applyinze abaana nga 200 bwe baba nga ba applyinze n'otwalako abaana 5 then ate 1500 olusuubira kulagawa era bo oyagala babe nga batandikira wana baana 5 by'otutte oyisizaako 10 ebina binaakola bitya so that's where we're going to start from in our next hour. It's still the Mighty Drive and I am Princess Luwede Lillian. We're coming back shortly.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Ssemakadde Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi, welcome to The Political Dice.
Empishi ebyobufuzi.
It's controversial,
Purely political,
well researched,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Yes, State House oba ghetto.
Ani ayugayuga ku ground.
Ani gwe baabuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Kiza Besigye aleese amaanyi.
Olwo fadda bafutsoli abateeseemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri kuki?
Olwo jeema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba ate bange bali kuki?
Abo bo akina kulabisa simanyanga posturing tebabiri mbali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba?
Ye ali kuki?
Oyo kyomuleketa gamba mpanyiga mawu.
Ebe ndabena birindira no kuda Political Dice ku The Alternative Digitalk nange Teddy Tenja ewamune
Farida Bikobere
buli wa Sunday
sawa 2.
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. It's still the Mighty Drive and I am Princess Luwede Lillian. In studios is Counsel Kato Tumusiime and Miss Angella Namuleme. Bwetu tuli mu kutambula tuli mu sawa yaffe ey'okubiri. Bwe tuwunzikidde sawa yaffe esose abadde tusigidde ekifaananyi onto challenges these young lawyers actually facing. Ndoza muba mufuuse balooya tuba tusobola bayita balooya nga temunnaba kutuuka ku LDC.
Kale era sobogezaako kunzali fofiya.
Okay, these law students actually facing. So musawa yaffe ey'okubiri tugenda ku nsonga ya Law Development Center. Eno nebadde mawulire for some time. Naye yasookanga eri awo munda awo nga teyogerwako nnyo. But right now ensonga zifulumye twetaaga okumanya what is actually not happening at LDC. Obuzibu buli luddawa, buzibu buli ku bukulembeze oba buli kuba students bonga mukyala Angella bwe yayogedde ku high expectations. Nti oba togenze ku LDC amateeka oba tewagasoma. Ndowooza obanga ata giri emyaka ena gyonna gibanga egitabalibwa. Guno omwaka ogumu gw'omala ku LDC gwe gugarantinga nti kati ddala kituufu ono munnamateeka omujjuvu oba bye yasoma teyabitegeera bulungi. That's where we're actually going to start from in this second hour. Twogereko ne ku nsonga ya Uganda Law Society ate bonga bwe bakiraba obukulembeze bwa Isaac Ssemakadde bunaasobola okuba nga busolvinga ebizibu byonna balooya bye bafeesinga n'ebirala bingi nnyo. Be part of the discussion ng'oteekayo comment in the comment section. I'll be reading them ate abakulu basobola okuba nga bawulira endowooza zammwe n'ebibuuzo ebinaamubuuziza nja kuba nga ate mbebaweereza. Ensonga nno zino leero tusazeewo tuzimenyeemenyemukko mu Luganda so that naawe omuzadde atudde ewaka osobola okukitegeera. Oyinza okubaweerera omwana wo nga yagenda kola koosi y'amateeka naye nga tomanyi bizibu ki byasanga. Gw'okanya kumulaba omwana ali depressed tayogera naye nga byasanze mu lugendo lwe luno mu lugendo luno olw'okusoma ate bimuleetedde okuba nga yeenyiwa nga ne koosa ayagala kuba nga agisuulawo. I think tugenda kuba nga tutandikirawo. Counsel, you've been there era gwe nja kikuteekako nnyo nti obaddeyo obadde ku LDC era osobodde okuba nga ovaayo. There are a lot of students abatuuse nga n'oku-applyinga obwa-applyinzi nakyo kyennyini kifuuse kizibu. What is actually not happening? Obuzibu buli luddawa? Oba actually let's start with LDC. Okutondebwawo kwayo kwajja kusolvinga ki?
Kati the general idea eri nti LDC ya fena tugatta. First of all, that's what I think as a person.
Okay.
Tugatta fena because tuba tuvudde mu universities ezenjawulo ezimu ziri public and others ziri private. So the ideal would be avudde mu public university n'avudde mu private university fena twegatte wamu. Because the challenge ebaawo ebeemu most of have learned nti different universities have different setups of how they teach their degree. Or degree.
Okay.
Yes. Because Osanga, a certain university teaches a certain course unit in second year, in in fourth year, in third year. So we don't have a leveled ground. In Fenna, we follow the same syllabus, the same approach, the same course units, and the same time, so that we are the same pace.
Yes.
Okay. So ideally, LDC and this Fenna to get an take up level. Because we have the university. Me, I told you the challenge that we have is that setup of our university zakopa ensomesa yedda
bakinanga kikwate
bakikwata bukwasibwe batyo ne bakireka
1970 bwe basomanga namwe
ne kati natu bwe tulina okusoma. Not forgetting that the challenges keep changing, keep revolving, revolving, and the approaches should also revolve so that they can fit in approaching and solving the problems of this century. Ebizibu bya muzeyi wange byasanga mu 1970 si byensanga mu 2021. And therefore we should not use the same path to have the solutions created for the problems. You get? But the education we go through is the education that the lawyers of the 1970s were also going through. Apart from changes in the amendments of the laws and the introduction of new laws, but the rest approach is the same.
Okay.
You get? But the problems the lawyer was facing in 1980, 70, 90, they are not the same problems Angela is facing. That
2024.
2024. You get? And it's the same approach that is applied at LDC. Maybe I had, I had a lot of issues with LDC as an individual. When I joined. Before I joined, ne pre-entries at LDC. That one was also another mess. Then at some point, because of the limited numbers that were
abana banji tebayita
abasinga nga tebayita n'olusinga bayita naye nga tomanya ukanya kulaba results zafulumye naye gwe tewayise oli yayise and the rest of that kind.
Yes.
Ne bagijjawo. So it was direct entry. As long as you pass your degree, then you qualify to join LDC. I think that was, a year before we enrolled. Yeah. Yeah, before we enrolled to LDC.
Okay.
But I thought that could solve a big problem. But nga Angela Washigambi, the depression at the Road Development Center is even worse than the depression that an employed person is going through. Because in our year, I think about 2 or 3 months, we had lost about 5 people because of the depression, because of the stress that the center itself brings and impacts onto them.
Okay.
Buffy, and then everything was normal. Nobody was concerned about it. They always call it a lion hunt, that whoever goes for a lion hunt, you may die or you kill the lion. And it has normalized. Nobody wants to even talk about it. Nobody wants to inquire about what causes all these kind of deaths and the rest. 2, they tried to adopt the revolution of technology and the improvement in technology. That's a plus for them. And that was a plus for me. But the challenge I had still with that is that before they could actually give you an admission form to be admitted at the development center, the first requirement was a laptop, a computer. Because there is that, I don't know what it's called, but there is, each laptop has a different. Code identifying so that's a code that you have to put on your application later.
Wow.
Or fill in. You get? So it's mandatory that you must possess a laptop and a smartphone, because all their communication is via email, and we used Zoom a lot of that time. Because COVID. When I saw that, I thought maybe LDC had evolved and yes, accepted that now we are in a technological era and everything should be now digital. But that was not the case. In 1970, when LDC was introduced, 70s there, because of the limited access to technology and all these gadgets, they used the formula of writing notes down in their exercise books. Surprisingly, in 2024, the same approach is being used. Even when you have a computer, even when you have a mobile phone, even
what's
when
the
you
purpose
have
of this
all
computer?
You have to write to write down your notes, and that was a very big challenge that I faced with LDC, and I reached a point and told my colleagues, but if we are meant to write all these notes in our books, what's the purpose now of me buying a laptop? Are we
Actually having a smartphone.
Are we actually embracing the advancement in technology? And the answer is still no. Because in this era, what makes me write notes in books when I have my laptop? And when it is a required thing that you must possess before actually being admitted. But the same challenge is being faced by so many LDC students. Even on top of buying that laptop expensively, have it operated, but you have to write down your notes. That's a very big challenge. The problems that the people were facing in 1970s, and because that the people that were in the 1970s, LDC, are now the PAs at LDC, or the ones that are lecturing, they want you to go through the same challenges that you faced. That you can also adopt and understand that, oh, becoming a lawyer requires all this thought, which is very wrong. Which is very wrong. You get? That's why I said that the challenge is all these young people that are facing, that are following the advocates and the lawyers now already in practice, is that most of us want the rest to also go through what we went through, so that they can also find their way. They know that being a lawyer is not everyone's portion, like Professor Kanyihamba said. Yes. Doing law is not everyone's portion. And which is very bad. Because if you want to treat people the same way you were treated, then you are not doing equality. You are not doing equity at all. Okay? And those are some of the challenges that these people will still face. But like I said, when you successfully reach a certain level, then the problems that are facing the rest of people following you cease to be your problems. Now you have a lot of problems also to suffer with. You have finished LDC, you are now fighting with enrollment. After enrollment, you are fighting to get a job and get an earning so that you can be able to be a member of Uganda Law Society, so that you can process your practicing certificate. The problems of LDC now cease to be your problems. Now you leave it to the Angelas to also fight for themselves. You get? And at some point it is reasonably acceptable.
Oba mulinamu okutya kuli nti ensonga zino bwe tunazoogerako ziyinza otufukira akabasa.
Temuli kutya kati z'okwogerako LDC
because bannamateeka bangi abafuddeyo.
It will not record it. But the problem is there are so many other challenges that are now waiting for me, having finished LDC. So concentrating on the problem that I have already sailed through now will be a disservice to myself. But when Mama releases LDC, my next move is fighting hard to see that my name has been listed on eligibility list so that I can enroll. That's a goal. You get? Kati ebizibu bya LDC ebyokuwandiika notisi, enrollment, admission and the rest bibadde bikyali bizibu byange. Nebe mba nvudde ku Law Council bamaze okunyenrollinga nfunye practicing certificate. Kati enrollment struggle eba tekyali kizibu kyange. That's a fact. Ebizibu biba bingi kati nfunye PC, practicing certificate.
Yes.
But remember, omulimu gwaffe naye ndowooza tulinga endiga mu church mu makanisa. Kuba naffe tuwa kimu ky'ekkumi etithe. That's what I call it, me myself.
Okay.
That we pay tithe. This is a fact, and I'm telling you because I am in this field and I know what we have to go through.
Call this out tewali bukulembeze bubayizi.
Mwebuli. But now it's also beyond their control because the student himself, who is your guild president or whatever position he holds, he also has struggles. He also is also looking forward to reading hard and succeeding and passing the bar course. Your problems will be your problems. My problems will be
Could it be that this is intentional?
Those are just ceremonial. Those are just ceremonial. The stress you go through as an LDC student. Me, I've told you would rather be an employed youth than be in that role also. The tension itself, the pressure, the demands. Because that's a costly. You hear it. It's for 9 months actually. Because the 3 months are for clerkship. But the resources you spend there, may it pay for a university student from first year to about third year. The resources themselves.
Counsel, otugambye nti kati bali abakulembeze baliwo just lwa mikolo. Could this be intentional kuba nti babateekamu entiisa eri obutabaako kye mwogera oba oliawo waliwo data ali emabega eno?
Ate muli ntiisa to me naye nga bwe nkugambye according to me nga bwe nkugambye nti ono student yeggiriddwo president wo LDC naye jjukira talina favor gy'afuna ku student omulala atali mu leadership. Mwena notisi bajazi babanja, you all have the same tasks to perform. So there is no way you will concentrate on fighting for the rest when you also have your problems waiting for you. Chenkugambye. Mbadde nkugamba ku ngomaze enrollment, you are now an advocate. Now you have to look at earning those CLE points to enable you to renew your practicing certificate the next year. Or you know watch kumi, like you contribute
every year.
Now that is your problem. You are now not looking at how will I be on the eligibility list to enroll as an advocate. You will not be looking at the problems the Angelas are facing in law school. You will not be looking at the problems the LDC people are facing. But now you are looking on how do I earn so that I can be able to raise and pay for my CLE points so that I can be able to make some money to pay for my membership renewal for next year so that I can be able to renew my practicing certificate. Now those are my problems now. The problems of what Angelas are talking about in their schools, they cease to be my problems. I am looking at how do I raise chimuche kumi, cha society, nchitekeyo, mfune points ezo zebetaga, ntinsobolo kurenewinga my certificate. Ntinfune sente zisasula membership yange cross society. Nsobolo okufuna certificate y'omwaka ogujja. Nsobolo sigala nga ngenda mu court ebyo bizibu byange kati. You get?
Okay.
And yes, we feel their pain, but now sometimes it's beyond us. It's beyond us. Those are realities that I
Muri bannamateeka koso boli awo gye mwakola mwe mutunulire ebyo bitagenze bulungi ne mugamba okay twetaaga etteeka ku kino twetaaga etteeka ku kiri. Lwaki mulemeddwa okubaako at least ekikolebwa ku nsonga ya LDC n'engeri gye munyigirizibwamu ate nga mwe bannamateeka era mwe musuubirwamu okubaako kye mukola ku nsonga eno?
Kati tulina abantu b'enjawulo. Because not everybody now has a say on how LDC should be run.
Okay.
But we have a committee that runs LDC. Eriko Attorney General as the head of the bar. LDC ina director wayo, ina head bar, so many. You get? And like I told you, there are people that feel that butufune namba ngazeyongedde z'abalooya. Because now the problems we are facing are also attached to the developments in technology.
Yes.
Most of those old lawyers are not now compatible with the developments and the advancement in technology. So there is that fear. Nti bano ba lawyer abato bwe baba bangi mu field bajja tukozesa obukugu bwabwe mu technology oluusi batutwaleko ba client baffe. We have the people that have that mentality and that's the majority. Be basomesa LDC, be markinga, be batekako all these ways on how LDC should be run.
Okay.
Chechidda ne ku law council yaffe. Kuliko ba lawyer bana abayita basini achuruddemu nnyo ba practicing for so many years and they feel the pinch that if we get so many young lawyers that are shrewd, that are knowledgeable, that have added the advantage of knowing and having access to technology. Bagenda tutwalako ba client baffe. Nka tuyinza osanga client azze ebizibu bye biri ku technology. Facebook yanyononye erinnya lyange now how do I deal with it and so many things. Royo oli omukulu akiruddemu. Ayinza banga talina all that knowledge to access and see how Facebook works, how Twitter works, how technology. So they have that fear as well.
Okay.
So how do they reduce these numbers of young lawyers that are very shrewd, that are very knowledgeable and compatible with technology into coming into their field so that they don't take away their client? It is now to limit your access to LDC. Nebobo katonda akuyambye ne bakuyingiza kwa LDC okuvayo olutalo because you have already seen the percentages that pass.
Yes.
OGC LDC to be enrolled, it will also take you months. Some of them get frustrated no bivako no yakambye sonyiwe. bali enrolling bali babagadde. So it is also a technique used to limit the numbers that join the legal practice. Those are the challenges that we have. We have those people that are malicious, that act just kulemesa kutame yokola obiveko so that they can also be achieving as lawyers.
Okay. Thank you so much, Counsel. I think you've shed the light on what is actually happening at LDC, but then I want to cross over to Ms. Angela. Now you've heard all this. Oli mukulembeze era omwana ajja tonatuuka ku LDC oba oli awo yinza okuba obukulembeze bwobukomeno wansi, but now these are things byogenda okusanga oba byogenda okuyitamu. Mwenga kati nga gwe young lawyer, on to changing this, how best do you think it can be done? Oba oli awo bwe omunaatuukirayo oba oli awo banna abanaddako banaasanga ensonga zikyuseemu?
I pray. I pray bichuka because right now pressure is so high to this wave ebaddeo ku 2024 2025 admission ekohoti ababana feedback je tuyina etwadde fear chechiddako because we believe to the number that have not been admitted bagenda kuddamu ku applying ate kugwaffe bwe tuli batu applies
muli bapya muli banji
tuli bapya tulinako n'abakadde abafika.
Yes,
ochiraba kyemmanyi at that time tetujja na excuses nyingi kuba the LDC council they believe and even now katina tuchimata chigenda bela cha surprise bana abadde basetize president fabazeko twetegese tutya. That is the point. If we believe nti esonga yasinga okugisaaka abaana bano, it was about the academic qualifications. If let's say if it was 3.6 CGPA and above no batute kidire erife as abacha inobudde okusoma
naye ngate waliwo abaana bacomplaining nga nti munange batutoli naye ngatenze musingako CGPA.
My prayer is additional on the prayer I have still. Chibere stated actually so visible for everyone. If they want 3.6 and above 3 point something, chibere there.
Baleme kuteeka mcha mwana wani.
Yes, fabaze twetegese tujenga to aimize for that. They are not too kawat were shocked. Nget wade no budde to get ready for all this. You understand?
Okay.
Kati zomana tugambe a law student had mu year 4. If they're having a chance to improve maybe in their papers and if they want to redo some papers, maybe they did badly and they can have a chance to make some changes, have good marks, they still have time to do that. Kubanza still have excuses in that. Kuba if it is like they were saying, tebaina resources, enough resources, or enough facilities or something. As a resources, is it part of like classroom spaces, maybe libraries?
Because what I tell branches.
Because the laptop, it's a resource for me. Better information. But notes they're going to buy me the books. If it's a phone, bagena jigula. Brichumba chimpe chilete, setting it as a sude. Kubera no phone application, you pay. But not because what else do I need to do? If I even have the grades like you want, what else do you have to do? If I've done everything, it's like genda kudwali longo sasude bachina agamba now you can't meet the doctor. Ompanso ngati already ni murade mbuyina bwe.
Ne sentence ni nezinazi janja.
Because the kubudde isn't amount of time. Really. Ngugamba tamina facilities really. Fixing oteke wali.
Anti kati waliwo Lira, Mbarara, then Kampala
campus.
Ziri satu zoka. Naye ngate ba students muli banji.
Ekyo kyandibadde foreseen already. From the days of 1970 ngera chiwe kiri mu history. Intikati mu 2024. Kinaba cha mu 2060.
Tulina aba bakos, tulina aba diploma, waliwo n'aba certificate.
N'aba master, bona banji.
N'aba masters. Mwenna mwagala mubere incorporated.
Yes, within the same facilities. Kati nga mwabakiruddemu myaka egyo governance ebaddewo ku myaka gino ng'ekyogamba it would not be foreseen. Like for example, for us that maybe in such a time we shall have these big numbers and how able to, and you just tell you we can't take you anywhere, you understand? The opportunity presenting I have everything. Kati chichusewo, I can't access it. What would that be? Reasonably. Kati muzadde wange munyonyola esawe no muzadde wabango bati agenda ko mu ssomero. Mumatiza ata mama kino kye kyavuddeyo. Nga bikimu akimpadde.
Buli kimu yaki ne sente zonna yazikuwa.
Jonna bisasudde n'okusoma kati mpise points nzina. Katoja kujonga maybe enviri zose zagadde kyekikulemeseza okiraba. So we don't want to be surprised anymore. Let everything be listed out to be targeted on what we want.
Feedback jofunye oba ku byonna by'owulidde ne council yayongeddeko mu kulaba okuko olowooza obuzibu businga kubeera ludda wa bukulembeze oba ekintu kino tebakiteekerateekera nga bukyali
kangambe nti monopoly is so high with LDC teri alternatives endala zabadde nazo zonna ever since
it's LDC or nothing.
It is LDC alone tebalookinze forward to see how much they can have LDC within small spheres. It is so high to their extreme so they reserve that discretion. Kati such a scenario, it is so hard to break it for now. Nature and the singa they are willing to be open and free. Never kill solutions as zero, alternatives as zero. If it's to give us, but to kill to LDC. We entry to submit tujja kufiira mbitabo tetujja kufiirayo council like okufulumayo
omwaka gumu muveeyo abalala bagende
tujja soma kwa tusome emyaka ena we are all used open not tujja ziwandiika naye kwa kuwandiisa different colors of pens tujja bikola because we know what we want you understand akaseera kabeere wali ku filtering kati osomye bakosyo now afuluma yani maybe awo olina okunkwatira naye si kuno kukola ki kuyingira wankwata maybe sasome bulungi nnyo kino oba biki and then I have a chance maybe to do something about it. Oba kiraba.
Okay.
So alternatives are very nyingi because life ahead everything right now. It is moving at a high rapid speed. It is out of no one's control. Abana bazalidwa bangi abawala n'abalenzi
abasomya amateeka bangi
kubeera kyemanyi kati ziri 15 law schools
yes
tugenda 2030 zigenda beera like more than 20
zijja kuba zeeyongeddeko
nyampozi bagenda limiting ekyo oba ne 15 bazifuule mukaaga kuba zo universities zinazitwadde
bongera okutema
universities access osoma amateeka nga nabo tebalina limited number of students baliyingiza wallahi toyina kyogamba muzadde bantu bagenda ku LDC nga kivudde eno nga kiri open
LDC eriemu
nze nali manyi
maybe singa wali amatabi mangi nga tugamba osogenda ku LDC ne wali ne tugambe ne wali bagita LDC ne bagita LDM nga bonna balina
okukyawulamu okuba nti
omujjuzo teguwera alone it makes everything look the way it is.
Counsel, you wanted to submit
in our intake. Because it was during COVID, we had an online education. Most of our time was actually online. Nze, nali manyi nti muguno omulembe, it would open their eyes that actually they can have an intake online and people will achieve and succeed and study.
Bakwagala physically.
Babirekera. And it worked for us because we would have wasted the year.
Okay.
But they adopted that system. Some of our focusing did it online. And that would be a very important avenue to limit even the numbers physically at the road.
Anti abatasobodde kujja physically basigale basomere ku Zoom.
So they would actually have two options. They say we have an online course. Abajagara you can apply for online, abajagara physical applying. I know most of the students would opt for an online course because it is just accessible and not time wasting. To me, you see, LDC should, if it wants to limit actually who enters the field of being a lawyer, advocate, and the rest, the keviringa inebo. Ngama somera genja urubuga somesa. Entunga mesomesa embarara ekabale kapuchorwa karamoja buli omwesomesa ne baleta senior 4 or senior 6. The category zino universities ziriwo ziberenga secondary schools. Buli emwefulumye tubatuze ko LDC kukola UNEP esembayo. Whoever passes then he has passed. Avenue field. Do the sort of numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are so many avenues, but I don't know why they are not actually embracing them. It's sort of a small problem. But I think to me it's intentional. Because sibasiru.
Bayagala profession esigaze ekitiibwa kyayo.
Ekitiibwa n'ekisigaza nga mukola instead of guiding the rest of the people, you're actually the ones messing up the whole system.
Muchala Angela, I'm bringing this question to you. Naye njagala kusigira ekifaananyi. Counsel Isaac Ssemakadde mu kuba nti alondebwa president wa Uganda Law Society yakona ku nsonga ya LDC. N'agamba nti at least yagenda kukola butaweera oba agenda kubanga advocating okuba nti LDC enegibwawo. Oba oliawo ng'agamba nti it's an abat of harassment and everything. Oba oliawo ebiri mu kowe. N'agamba we need to go away with it. Do you agree with him?
going away with it.
Okujijjawo.
Like it scrapped off completely? No.
Naye ati kati ebizibu bino byonna mubisangidde ku LDC. Counsel nga bw'akinnyonnyodde naawe ekifaananyi ky'osize ne feedback gy'otugambyeko wano.
Okay, I would say no to an extent. To someone who has joined law school and then they want to practice the law. It is the only institution to qualify someone to practice the law. Okay, I will have the law for 4 years. I'll opt for other alternatives. There are very many that I can have. But then for those people who their intentions are all built at being an advocate, being a counsel one day, that access. But ugambye kati evudde otugenda kifuula compulsory buli omu agende mu birala. Ate batandiyagadde. Nazze njagala kino lwaki ate? You understand?
Lwaki ate bakuwa ekifaanananga kino?
Esigalewo for the sake of those who want to have counsel, to have an advocate, whatever, on them.
Nena nti kati ogambye ffenna tuva eri ekirowoozo kye tulina kiri kimu. Nyina ogenda mu kooti mpoze emisango. Sijja branching off.
Yes, that was under my challenges to Sulusa. Nesinga mu coping up with such challenges, chiddako eno kutukyusa bakita diversion some people njogera eriko but diverting am somewhere somehow. Nti waliyo ne bino. If that preach keeps on moving, abatuwadde alternatives ennyingi munnamateeka zasobola okukolamu nga pateeka tagenze mu kooti, for example. Bangi bajja gendeeyo nga beeyagalidde si bakake. Niwe tugamba nti LDC kati video ddala papa oba otukase ffenna gendeeri gye twali tukoze ki gye tutayagadde. Esigalewo for the sake of those who want it, naffe abatayagadde tubeere ne options ezigamba nti no, we can do this, we can still have this.
Oba something needs to be done.
Like what for now? Because seriously, ng'ogyeko nti ba stakeholders they're all combining forces to have a collecting say something. Kiraga LDC tuse ne weekending nga yeetaaga okugiyamba kyetutandisuubidde kubaawo ssaawa eno. Oshira oba kyetutasuubira nakuddamu kubaawo kuba kati essaawa eno otandika okugamba jangu nnyambe ku kino ate nga buildings emyaka gino ng'ebintu bimala kiba kituuseewa muba mulinaku echeckinga nga mwe kumanya how minzaani kyoba kyekitaweeze kubeera nga mwagala te tugamba abantu abo tebaze kwogera.
Mwagala bannamateeka abayise ku LDC babenga bafuluma nga bakiboggwe.
Kubanga yes kuba tulaba abala abadde basigadde the 1,500 abasigadde kizuuse nti at least this time baba reconsidering nze ne babaza abamu si bonna okitegeera n'ekyo kivuddewo because of the collective say abantu reforms baleese nnyingi nga bonna bazze babawadde because this wave ewadde abantu attention okubeera nga they all have something to say okitegeera kati abantu bakumye okwogera ennyo bafuddeyo kuwuliriza amaloboozi gaabwe tugamba obudde buli kyanga abantu teboogedde kiri bakita so balina kwechekinga within themselves and an internal body. Like
these are things abali ku LDC 20 years ago bibasanga myaka 10 bibasanze mwaka gumu bibasanze
generations zakyukadda si byebimu
obagala kujjamu bannamateeka ab'omuzinzo okumanya nti kiddala kituufu oba ogenda okusoma amateeka nga Counsel bwe yatandise wali olina okubeera ng'omutima mugumu gw'omutima omunafu dropping ira
for the fact that buli mwana atuuka okugenda ku LDC aba graduate in law school omwana n'abayise abayise already that makes them qualify okitegera to qualify to have that naye bw'aba atuuseewo wabeerewo listed everything kyebeetaaga bwebanga PC egenda omujja kutama na laptop egenda omujjako aveeko ng'akimanyi nti PC ekoze ki yinzeeko naye toninda kubeera nga byonna mbikoze
aba profession bagiwanika nnyo nga tebabategese
nedda muleke batuwanike kuba bannange challenges ezo nga zinazoogedde nyingi
because bw'ogamba nti mutereeze eno wansi ng'eri waggulu tewateredde nga n'abalamuzi jjukira enkola yammwe ey'emirimu tolina okuvunnama bwoti omulamuzi omuseemu ekitiibwa n'ebirala yes isn't it what kiffe kye tulaba eno nti profession bagiwanika nnyo naye nga mmwe mu kugiwanika mmwe temuteekeddwa yensonga lwaki nti n'ebibasoomooza oba ebibatomera temumanyi ngeri ya going about these issues oba challenges zemusanga.
Okay, I would believe there were other challenges as well as sang this within themselves. Necha admission. Chisinzo kuvaye nnyo covering ebinje nnyo. Chize nnyo abantu bakyogereddeko nnyo. I would believe. Kose nesigadde just standing okubeera nti it is respect with everything. Neka nakayiseemu akatono. Ate saka katufuule nti the lawyers are not anymore, like are not in any way like no bali wera kati bali bera kati babivudde munno. It is going to be the way it has been, with respect. And still students will apply to attain education, legal education and stuff like that. Nekati my one prayer is biterezebwe kati nabala batakola kosi ya mateeka bali metulaba nti ate batwewanireko never talk about as a kalika prestige, you know. This goes back to those that are having governance of all these to just get set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Angela. I would like to read this comment for you. Let's up Agamba. I love the show. I think, yes, mentorship and career guidance should never stop in high school and also continue with students while at campus and after campus, because be it in law or media, students tend to limit themselves on what they popularly know about that particular course, that a journalist is only supposed to be on TV, lawyers to only be in court. Throw some light for a student out there what else they can do after studying law besides being in court.
Wow. That goes to me? Or?
Yeah. I'm going to start with you and then to Counsel Kato.
Okay. So I'll give up a point on that. Thank you for that comment. Other than law, you can become an academician. Other than practicing in court. Academician, it means you've attained your law degree, but now you're back to law schools to teach. To teach. Is it a bad thing?
Already abaliyo tebannavaayo.
Abali
Wana
government baganye boba nabo batandise ofuka LDC baganye abana okusomesa bannabo.
Tebannaba ku retiring ate era be bamu be baasoma emyaka gy'ensanvu egy'ekinana n'egy'ekyenda.
Ako ekyo mbale simanyi, but to my understanding,
yes,
you can be a teacher or lecturer of law. Not against the mateka. You earn money. Cut university teaching CM near primary Twitter go full time. Or you're going to spend a whole day, whole week, or month. Also, when I'm somewhere, 1 hour, go to this, go there, and still earn your money.
Okay.
Working in court, clerks, something like that. I don't know, Counsel, you advise on that? Do I really need to have had the practicing?
You need the diploma.
Minimum is a diploma. Office clerk to just assist in the coordinate process, everything, institution or whatever. You go to the investigation department. If it's police, you have knowledge about the law. It's an open course. They have to learn friends because we believe we know at least almost everything. Also, as long as they need a legal element in that. Okay. You can work in the Attorney General's office or chambers. You understand? Registry.
Ebyo n'abaana babibagamba wano ku ntandikwa.
Kyengambe kiri ntwe kidde mu mentorship nebeera intense nnyo otudivertinga muko.
Okay.
Kale temukigenda tujja kumulamu ati bakakwera bannamateeka naye kibeere cool. Mukyete nga kiri ku basis eri planned. Nti omwana kale bumujja ku kyokutabeera advocate immediately. Naye nomuza ku kyokubeera academician kibeere a bit gradual. Stampaka. Chengezako gamba does the element of becoming an advocate?
Yes.
But as well I'm thinking about this. Neyagali lenze ka ngende. Abana bajasigala banja bajjokola course. Nga banji kwa bategede wali options nyingi ziri on board. Kwa zinga tebazimanyi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Angela. Counsel, I'm coming to you. I think I want to believe walabako bannamateeka abavaayo nga beemulugunya ku ngeri y'okuba nti tebasasulwa kimala nga bannamateeka bakola emirimu mingi be bakola actually bo bagaye bakola donkey work naye pay yaabwe ntono nnyo. Counsel, I want you to shed light onto that and then the comment as well.
Kituufu ekyo kituufu yantandikire comment nti okufuluma law school ne ovudde ku LDC noita. See, it's not a must that you must be practicing. You must be a practicing advocate. No. Most of these government entities by another legal section, the legal department. strictly to legally to give the legal advice.
Yeah.
Sina genda mu court because me I graduated with so many that I have not seen in court. So many. Na everybody is doing something in whatever they are. We have all these banks, all these organizations, bagala legal officers, just kubayambako mukubatereza bintu bya mateka.
Okay.
But the challenge we get is Angela Bwagambye, and that's a fact. These people are not highlighted, they are not enlightened on what they can do, their capacities as lawyers. Okay? Buli omu atunula kimu njagala nfuuke nga kanso gundi. Nange nkyaba ndabe ku mawulire nga nina bempolereza.
Yes, yeah.
Njagala nkole ne one of the biggest law firms here in Kampala. That's their dream. Ne Angela bw'omubuuza, genuinely she will tell you that. She wants to be in one of the top and the biggest law firms in Uganda. But whether you want to practice or not practice as an advocate, tewetaaga law firm. Ndowooza abantu balina okukimanyi.
Okay.
Osobola okwekolera nga ggwe as an advocate independently. Because mu court togendayo nga law firm. Gendayo nga ggwe. Era bakubuuza counsel, do you have a practicing certificate? Toleeta ya law firm. In most courts, they even don't ask which firm do you come from. No, because it's not a requirement. They are looking at you. Are you qualified to actually be in court? We have organizations that provide legal services and have advocates. Abagenda mu court. Tuina ZIRAPSNet, tuina Chapter 4, tuina Counsel Ssemakadde,
Legal Brain Trust.
Tuina, there are so many. Ntibo baina those organizations, they are not law firms, but they provide legal services. Era baina ba lawyer abagenda mu court ne bakiikirira.
Okay.
But I am sure a very few law students know that. Even the people at LDC, a very few of them know that you can be attached to an organization as a lawyer as long as you're qualified and still go and represent the people. Na buli omu ayagala kubeera mu all those big law firms, K&K, MMAX, Shinobi. Buli omu ayagala to attach himself or herself to that firm. And that's where the challenge of the law pay comes in. Because you're already frustrated, omaze okusoma, and now you want to be attached to some organization, some law firm that has a name. But the challenges of these law firms is the pay. And at some point we must understand them.
Okay.
Nti law firms, some of the people perceive them highly, but the reality they face inside as the managers, the managing partners, or the owners of that firm is just deeply rooted. Nti nabo n'okusasula rent ruba rutaro, because you have seen law firms being evicted from their offices because they have failed to pay rent. Now if a lawyer can fail to pay rent for the firm that accommodates about 20 people, you know how much will they pay Angela? How much would they pay Kato as an advocate? Nti our profession yet training. Buli omu kwekola, you can be independent Bagambi. But not everybody has the capacity to sustain himself or herself as an independent advocate.
Yeah.
Okay? Some people have the mentality ntinze bwe mara LDC ne nfuna certificate yange ngenda kukola n'eyo farm eno bang ensasula buli mwezi. Okay? And that's where the manipulation and exploitation has come from.
Yes.
You get? Nti ogenda tuka mu law firm, surprisingly we have advocates that are earning 300,000 a month. Or even less. Ntwaraga asa. But now that one
nenga ate profession ye ayina okubanga akubye essuuti enyirira agenda okujja mu kooti okuwolereza omuntu we ng'alabika bulungi nga representable alema okuyisibwamu amaaso.
Inawo omusango katugambe mu tawuni osula katugambe Makinde wano onootuukayo otya n'essuuti yo ne fayiro yo ng'ogenda ku
okwataganya oli mu taxi
n'ebisooto n'enkuba ya boda na buli kimu. So the provision itself eyina level gyekuteekamu.
Oba kyekyo kye ŋŋambye Angela nti baabawanika nnyo.
Tebatuwanika naye kyetaagisa. Naye kyengezako kugamba kiriwo ekiti kati mugina emyaka gy'abaana abakyalina ku university oba ku LDC tasobola kikkiriza nti osobola okuyitamu eyo struggle yonna n'ofuuka ne advocate naye nga bakusasula $30,000 buli mwezi. You get?
Yeah.
It's hard for them to believe, but those are the realities. Now, you had somebody, press conference, most of the senior lawyers only pay you a desk in their office.
Bakuwa desk?
Agamba kati counsel, eno emeza yo ogenda okukoleranga emirimu gyo. Ne wifi wabwerere ojamukozesa nga bw'oyagala. Keto ya chai yawo. N'oluusi n'essukaali nga tebamukuweredde.
Ojja kujja n'essukaali wo.
That's how painful the profession is. N'essukaali ojja muleeta omujenga wakani ojjeyo ne mwogo nga wamufumbye ojonywe.
Lanchi toliiko era ojja kuliya lanchi.
Tebagaba lanchi ate bameka banaagisobola. You get? But because of that kind of, I think it is a colonized mind that you must be in that law firm and then you don't have an opportunity to open up your mind so that you can look at all these other available opportunities. Just sigara nga bakuwa ekyaga.
Ekyabiri.
Naye emirimu gy'oba okikoledde mukama wange. This is no value for work. Actually, they don't value whatever you do.
Okay.
They don't value it at all.
Do we need to do away with LDC?
Kati bwenjogera ayinza okugamba lw'okuba navaayo, but me I feel LDC okujjako nti erina byekwongerako byoba tewasoma ku undergraduate school.
Okay.
If we get the same skills netubiteeka mu law schools, the same skills, the same techniques netubigattako mu law schools, oba tugambye
basome emyaka 3 omwaka ogwokuna
naye guno gwa LDC ogwokutaano katugubongereko naye in your universities strictly study what was supposed to be studied at LDC to prepare your mind for legal practice. Then why do we need LDC for? Why all this suffer? You get it, but get the skills.
Ziteeke eno wansi.
Agenda okugraduatinga emyaka ena gibadde gya LLB degree yongifunye no graduating.
Yes.
But in the same university you can add 1 extra year as a postgraduate diploma. In the same university, we shall not have all this kind of commotion at LDC. Simanyi abana batono beba admit inze simanyi bino simanyi they consider the grades simanyi the what. But basically, me I feel it's even a bad approach that you must grade me for. You must not admit me because our first class muina 10. You get? Because the balance at the end of it all. From legal practice here, nobody will ever ask you, wafuna CGP maker. Nobody will. A few people will ask you even where I studied from, but me, I have not met a client who asked me where I studied from. You get? So it means the rest matter as long as
when you're practicing certificate,
counsel or the advocate. That's what matters. And are you able to advise me or provide the legal services I need?
Yes.
Are you able to represent me in my case?
Yes.
That's what they need from you.
And that's all.
Nobody will even ask you, LDC wajitotia. Nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to know. So, if we get the practices at LDC, employ them in the law schools, we don't need LDC. They're even giving themselves headache. A lot of headache, which can be avoidable.
Okay, thank you so much, Counsel Kato Tumusiime. Let's now get to the Uganda Law Society. I want to start with you, Miss Angela. Mubukulembeze buno obujja because oba oli awo public bwetaddeko ennyo amaaso bwesinza okutegeera olw'engeri Isaac Ssemakadde gye yajjamu, Counsel Isaac Ssemakadde n'engeri gy'akolamu emirimu gye ne message gye yali atambuza. Do you believe yegenda okubeera solution y'ebizibu bannamateeka bye musanze nammwe abakyali mu ssomero okutereezebwa?
As a leader, Mr. President, Isaac Ssemakadde, he's a profound person with knowledge and practice in the legal sphere. He has been in leadership, I think, because I tried to read his profile somehow. I've had a big load on him, like he has been anywhere. So he has experience. And as a leader in this profession we are having, he has added on himself as a vocal man. You'll agree with me.
Yes.
If it's like banging the tables as training,
he will bang the tables.
Yes, for the sake of what he wants. And he believes in fairness and whatever is equal for everyone. Okay? He's so knowledgeable. on all these instances that are all happening, because I believe you've seen him in different dialogues with everyone, like on the LDC saga and stuff like that. His leadership, to me as a leader as well, I stand to be guided. Yeah, in any path, because I believe he has that stage he has reached to, to coming for ULS, it is something big. And he has intentions as to why. So with the reasons he has carried on himself, we are yet to see. We are yet to discover. And to that, I believe they are positive to all these challenges we are facing. I'll be so glad with everything like challenges, at least one or two, they were solved under his leadership, because a lot has been happening and nothing has been done on the same. We keep having the same, having the same, but he has reached out so far to the different law schools in Uganda. Abatusemu abalabi, ebimu abye receiving through himself, abyetegeredde. And I believe bwanaba atandise akyatandikira ddala.
So mulabira ddala nga ly'ettaala ery'okutereeza profession yammwe.
Yes, kuba byalese on table so far, we are glad he's actually might bring something new. Yeah, because even when you see the rates at which he was voted for and everything, olabira ddala nga waliwo appetite nyingi, nemba legal about the practice nga nyingi gye baali bayina, maybe they needed someone. Because Counsel, I don't know if this is on my take alone,
but his way of doing things is different. Nengeri obolyawo gye twakikwatamu.
Naye olaba, okay, so me mateka from 2021, yeah? Naye nga leadership zikyuka za ULS and everything. Naye kana akaluka abadde so prominent. I think kalabise nnyo ne mawulire okusinga ebira byabadde bibaddewo. Mind how they are coming.
Omu ku badde beesimbyewo yeeyita legal rebel. Nti ye tajja kutambula ne kino kye tumanyi, ajja kutambulira na kino kye tutasuubira.
Kituwadde endowooza nti everything shall have been said above. Something will be done on what we have. Byonna engeri gye babirabye, so far.
Our profession yammwe yeetaaga okukyusa.
From
what we've known, from what we actually expect of lawyers to something different.
It is a change of time and a change of personality. Nti abaddemu, ataddemu kyataddemu, nazalina kyataddemu, kati ebigeze bikyuka, ne profession egenda sigalawo nga bwebadde. Or like for advancement, just sigalanga. It's just changing in faces. Today it's me, next time it will be someone else, and whatever they may bring, means okuba in respect of what I've presented, and them also they're having their own. So if all that keeps on moving, coming, ngabina bigatta ku profession yaffe. Wow.
Okay. He promised okola ku nsonga ya unemployment, corruption and inequality. Mukutereeza profession ene y'amateeka. Do you believe anasobola okukituukako? N'okuwakanyizibwa kuno kwonna with the way he does his things?
Yeah, he has supported a lot, not only in the legal profession, but even outside the law. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Angella. Counsel Kezireke wa Counsel Kato Tumusiime. What's your take on this, with how Counsel has been doing his things and what actually Fenga public chetumanyi kiteekeddwa okuba nga kikolebwa? Chetumanyi Counsel talina kubeera Counsel tasobola kusiba dread, Counsel takkirizibwa kwambala mu ngeri oba olyawo nga si yakwambala suuti wakalinga casual nga bw'oli. Fenga public ekikwata kye twakwata kiri eky'emyaka 7
kituufu ekyo, but to say kana karuru k'omwaka guno it has been so different from the rest of the elections we have had. In that kajjeeyo n'abatali mu kisinde kyaffe ky'amateeka okukagoberera. You would receive calls from people that are not lawyers ne bagamba Counsel ky'onyamba kiri kimu, Londa Ssemakadde. Nze oba onkoledde olunaku okitegeera. N'omu yambuuza tusobola okuvotingira online naye nga nze siri lawyer
nga siri munnamateeka
because gabagala akalulu kaabwe katuuke. Why? This election actually should not be taken so right. It shouldn't be taken so right by any person.
Okay.
Again, because there is a way Counsel Ssemakadde brought his approach on how things should be worked on. You get? And that's the approach that we are all yearning for. Nti tufunye ba president abenjawulo ab'amasuuti abogera nga bwe bagadde aba yesa naye nga results tezikola ki
Abadikoram.
abadikoram naye nga results tezikola ki tezivaayo. So we couldn't have accepted to choose the same kind of a leader awadikoram yesa owekitiibwa tugenderaawo okitegeera kyogedde kyekituufu to expect different results. It means singa twaronda omuntu bwatyo the results would be the same because there was nothing new he or she had to offer to us and the challenges that we face as lawyers. That's why most of the people wanted to change. Which kind of leadership do we need? Do we need the old system that we have been facing, or we need to change everything, radicalize everything? You see, radicalism doesn't mean that you have to be violent to kuba abantu. No kubemeza kuno kwetogera temurowooza tugenda kubeera mu office nga tuzikoonako. But if it's what will give results, tujja zikoona. Luge mazima tujja zikoona. But tugenda zikoona tutya. Tojja tugamba ebitakwatagana, tojja tugamba ebitali mu mateeka ntunaffe tusirike busirisi tugambe yes saka tulabe kyokola nedda. Tujja kuconfrontinga tugambe yes that is your decision but what does the law say? Follow what the law says. You get? Tugoberera amateeka kiga tugamba. Ekyokubiri kiri nti approach ya Counsel Ssemakadde ndowooza gye twetaaga mu kaana kadde. Kubanga gavumenti yaffe n'abakulembeze baffe bawulira olulimi olwo kubakayukira n'obabuulira ekyamazima. Abasinga tebagala batunule mu maaso mugambe point this is what we mean when we say we need a change in how the society is run. This is what we mean.
Okay.
Bali abalala they are used to sitting in their office and writing press statements, and we have seen people's rights being violated, and you're president of Law Society, and the only thing you can do is just to write a press statement. What will it change? You get? So we need a president that will come out and face whoever is in charge of the violation of the rights that you see. The Constitution guarantees to everybody ABCD rights under Chapter 4. Why are you acting in the contrary? We should bring you to books of law and you face the law itself.
Yes,
we should openly tell you. Na hivyo kuandika amabaruwa naffe tubadde tubikoye. Okitegeera? Nti approach Counsel Ssemakadde gyagenda okuleta tagitandise leero. No, from his years of practice, at least he's on record. Kyalabye nga tekigenda bulungi agenda kigamba. Onyiige oba okole kyoyombe naye nga omaze okukola ki okukitegeera. And that's the kind of the law society we need. You see, in these times, we cannot keep on adopting the old approach so that we can get different.
But then there are those who are not actually batakkiriza nkola y'emirimu. Babo bagenze maaso n'okukola Uganda what? Uganda Bar Association.
Ate Uganda Bar Association. Yes, they have a right actually to form an organization or associate and whatever they want to do. But they must learn something that the creation of Uganda Law Society is a creature of statute. We have an act that creates Uganda Law Society.
Yes.
It has its objectives, it has its aims, and it has how it should be governed. You get?
Yes.
And if they don't believe in his approach, then they should wait for their year to expire and they should not renew their membership as members of Uganda Law Society. Because if you don't want to be a member of Law Society anymore, then you don't renew. You don't pay your annual subscription and membership fee. That's the approach.
Okay.
I don't know the intentions of that Uganda Bar Association. I don't know what it is coming to solve, but they have their own deals. But our approach is one. Come to Uganda Law Society. It should be a figure that speaks out all the minds of you, the journalists.
Yes.
Speak about the minds of the doctors here and the nurses and the whatevers that are facing all these the teachers themselves. Uganda Law Society should actually guide on how these different societies and organizations should run in this country.
Okay.
Uganda Law Society should be guiding this government. It's a check. It's a checking system for this whole government. Because we must identify the challenges and the problems that are faced in this country in regards to the rule of law itself, constitutionalism, good governance. That's our opportunity. Now, if we have all these sitting and backing dogs that don't bite, when shall we achieve such kind of goals? You get?
Okay.
We need somebody that will approach the problems as they are, as long as we can face the results. So, surely, I have high hopes in this regime. I have high hopes in this new regime, and I believe that as we approach these elections, I think we needed this person as the president of Uganda Law Society to cause a change that is visible and not the change in writing papers and letters to whoever is concerned.
Okay, thank you so much, Counsel, for watching. I would like to read this comment from Tracy T. Anyway, ngenda kubanga njisoma mu masa ukansoke mbenga nterera mbulungi egamba nti we express our utmost respect to Madam President for her exceptional leadership. She embodies a visionary leader with profound intentions characterized by youthful intellect and astute reasoning, thus exemplifying an intentional leader. Ono mulonzi wo weewaawo yakusiimye n'ebigambo ebinyuvu bwe biti nozaona tetugenda kubanga tosokawo. I would love for you to give your parting shots.
Yeah, I would like to first have an appreciation to Tracy. Thank you so much for the wonderful comment. As Uganda Law Students Association, the president, I would like to encourage my fellow students wherever they are in the country to strive harder to achieve their academic goals, and as well to participate into the other social life spheres like leadership, in wherever opportunities they could acquire. At any time, at any stage, they should have it, because it is another way of practicing the law. You know, it is the other way to challenge ourselves as law students, because a lot, life carries a lot, and really a lot to my fellow presidents, because in this association composes of all the presidents, law societies in the different law schools in Uganda. I greet you all. Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much for believing in me, and I promise we shall strive harder as one always.
Okay, that's actually good. Naye sisobola kujjako kazendalo nga sikubuuziza bw'oba tuli mu byamateeka tuli misomo. Biki by'enjoyinga okukola mu biseera byo eby'eddembe?
I enjoy loud music, just person like
vibe ejira wow.
Vibes. I hate negativity.
Okay, you love music just like me.
Yeah, another thing, I would like to appreciate my family. My friends back at school, my faculty administrators back at school. Yeah, and as well, this team of Alternative Digital Talk. It has been an amazing thing, an opportunity, because ever since I had this leadership, whatever, I was looking forward to a lot, but I didn't know how to start. But then when this came up, I'm like, yeah, please, of course. You know, I'm so appreciative, and I pray it doesn't stop here.
Okay, and I believe it won't stop here. Tujja kufunanga mu biseera ng'ebyo binaaba biganye bitatambudde bulungi mu profession ene y'amateeka oli mukulembeze tetusobola kuleka kugaana kufuna. Yes, Counsel Kato, your parting shots.
Akadde kaffe ffenna okuvaayo ne tulwanirira biki bye twagala oba ne tuteekamu amaanyi kulaba nti tutuuka ku ebyo bye twagala ate n'engeri gye tubyagalamu. In whatever we do, don't expect Lillian or Angela to come and fight for what I want to achieve. It's your turn to actually come and speak out for what you believe in. Hey, okogera kisingako. At least when you talk, you are kind of relieved. And two is that we may not accept or agree in the same direction, but that doesn't make me your enemy or a hater. No. Yes. That shouldn't be the cause. And at the end of it all, being responsible is so key to everybody out there. This life matters, and if you misuse it, then you'll blame yourself at some age. God bless you all.
Okay, thank you so much, our guests of the day. Thank you so much, Miss Angela. Thank you so much, Counsel Kato Tumusiime okuwaayo akadde okulaba nti ate mbake tofalire mugata ku ggwanga lyaffe Uganda. And to our viewers, thank you so much for keeping it to Alternative Digital Talk. For those who have commented, mwenna ababaddeko abasharing, thank you so much for the wonderful job done. I am Princess Luwedde Lydia. Njaga kwebaza the team that I've worked with. On camera is Mr. Ditenjo Nabukera, and then in the control room we have Mr. Mukose Arnold Anthony Ndozano. Sigenda kubanga nsukawo njagala kubagaliza olunaku olulungi tusinkane ku ssaawa emu ey'akawungeezi with the voltage show byetutayogeddeeko oba oliawo tujja kwongera okubitaanya mu kadde kali. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.